Hi everyone. So this video is going to be a little bit weird. I'm going to be comparing the Canon EOS M5, which is a mirrorless DSLR from Canon, with the iPhone 7 Plus. What prompted this is I've been looking for a smaller camera to carry around with me. My Canon EOS 70D is great. It takes great pictures, but it has an L series lens and it's super heavy, it's super big, and people definitely notice you when you're on the street trying to take pictures. Really makes you stick out like a sore thumb. So I was looking for something smaller, and I chose the M5, which I'm going to return, but I'll tell you about that later. So because the battery in the M5 is so bad, I ended up shooting half of my days with the iPhone 7 Plus because my M5 battery was dead. So it got me wondering, what camera takes better pictures, the iPhone 7 Plus or the EOS M5? And so here are a couple of comparison pictures. The one on the left is the iPhone 7 Plus, and the one on the right is the M5. So it's pretty clear that the iPhone camera looks pretty washed out. The colors aren't quite as good. The camera on the right, the M5 took really nice. The colors look great. The contrast is good. But I think right away you can kind of notice in this plant, it looks a little fuzzy. These rocks look a little bit out of focus here. So I just wanted to kind of zoom in on this and see what the difference in detail is. So here's the iPhone 7, and believe it or not, I actually think this thing is sharper. So look at these. Now I know the settings aren't exactly the same, but these are both basically in auto mode. So let's take a look at this plant here. I mean, look at this. This is pretty remarkable. Let's take a look down at this cove here. So this actually looks pretty good. Actually, I would say that the M5 looks a little bit better, but the other thing you'll notice is it's kind of noisy. The M5 takes very noisy pictures. There's a lot of digital noise in these, and I think I cleaned the noise out of this one as best I can, but you can still see it in here. And that was one of my main complaints about shooting with the M5. It's just so noisy, even at an ISO low like 250. They all have to be cleaned. Let's take a look here. Yeah, it's pretty grainy. So not too impressed with the image quality. Color quality is good, contrast is good, but the image quality itself is pretty poor. Let me show you another comparison set of photos. Okay, so here's the next set of pictures. Now, it is important to note that these were taken on different days. So the cloud cover is different, the light is different. Same exact cove, similar angle, but different days. So I think it's still pretty clear that the Canon color replication is quite a bit better. There's no question about that. You can tell just by looking at it. However, again, there's the quality difference is not as high as one would expect from a DSLR or a mirrorless SLR compared to a cell phone camera. So let's take a look here. So unfortunately, these aren't as well lined up as the previous shots, but still you can see the iPhone level of detail is quite a bit sharper throughout pretty much the entire image. It's kind of remarkable, really. And again, look at this. This is shot with 250 ISO in broad sunlight. It's noisy. There's a lot of noise on the M5 camera. You would expect that from a cell phone, but I don't expect that from a $1,000 mirrorless. So again, pretty clear comparison about the quality of the M5 versus the iPhone 7 Plus. It's not as big of a quality difference as one would expect. I'll show you one more comparison shot. All right, this is the last one. Again, shot on different days, so the cloud cover is different. Again, very clear. Color replication on Canon is way better. But level of detail, it's kind of not as good as the iPhone, which is kind of sad, actually. So anyway, that's it. I'll post another video shortly about why I'm returning the EOS M5 and continuing my look for the perfect camera.